Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Today's Restaurant News and Networking Group, Chapter 2. Today is September 27th. This is the day after Hurricane Helene. Uh, Thank you all for coming. My name is Howard Appel. I'm the founder and publisher of Today's Restaurant News. We are a group of vendors who are here to help each other grow our businesses and to help any restaurant owner, manager, or chef with any issues they may have and they'd like to get help with. We are vendors who are here. We're self-governing, basically. So if one of our vendors is selected to help you uh, and the job isn't done properly, the group has power to help you out with that. Uh, we haven't had that problem yet. We're all professionals. So, if you want to get a hold of us and come to the meeting or give us a call at 561-620-8888 or check out our website at trnusa.com. And if you want to see this video, again, you can see it through our website. We have a link on our website that'll take you directly to YouTube. So you can just go back at www.trnusa.com. Okay, good morning, everybody. I hope everybody made it through last night. I see a couple of people are not here, so I was assuming they don't have power or in transit. We have a new face on the board. Welcome to Zack Fertel. Zack, you want to tell us who you are, what you do, and how we can reach you? And I'll double back after you see what we do so that you can add anything that you might have forgotten.
All right. Hi, I'm Zack Fertel. I was born in New York, but I moved down here to South Florida when I was around two or three. Lived in the Parkland area most of my life. Went to went to school there. Went to Florida State for college. During my time at Florida State, I started working in the restaurant industry. I worked for Chipotle for about 5 years, and then a private franchise for about 10 years. And then just in June, I left the franchise that I was with. It was a franchise of Burger Fives and Anthony Coal Fire Pizza. Left, at a great time. And now, and starting always wanted to do insurance, always wanted to do some type of sales. And then I started insurance beginning of August. Right now, I'm focusing really on getting myself out there. I have a lot of restaurant industry experience. I know the industry well, and that's really my main focus. Best way to contact me is going to be through my cell phone, 954-695-5609. And then my email address is zfertel@reemerinsurance.com.
Oh, welcome aboard.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And what type of insurance do you do? I'm curious.
So I'm doing commercial. I can do all lines, commercial and personal, but I really focus towards the commercial side as well as property and casualty, workers' comp, benefits, employee benefits, health, life. So I have the ability to do a lot.
Okay, great.
Well, I'm gonna let Rick go next because he's your brother in insurance.
So Zack, what's your opinion about the rates changing in Florida now, which Terry was talking about before?
I have I haven't been involved in the industry for long, but I've had friends in the industry for a very long time, and they explained it pretty well to me. The insurance agents, they like hurricanes. They want it's going to raise the rates. So I obviously I don't want anything bad to happen to anyone. But yes, hurricanes raise rates. Florida, Louisiana, Texas, they really control control the rest of the country when it comes to rates, and it really is pretty crazy what we've seen over the past 10 years. Between, let's say, it started with really those Katrina years and the Wilma years, then going into the, Ian, they really depleted a lot of these carriers' bank accounts. So when you have, you had a bunch of insurance companies pretty much go insolvent, throughout this course of the past 10 years, because they're paying out so many claims. And then the bigger companies are also paying out claims. So their bank accounts are dropping. That's why you're seeing rates and premiums go through the roof. I remember not even 3, 4, 5 years ago, if you wanted a regular commercial policy, with wind, it was maybe, less than 50K. Now just wind is at 50K. So it really is a changing market. And, where I would say that if the damage isn't bad for this storm that just passed, you should see rates stabilize. I wouldn't say come down, but definitely stabilize over the next couple of years. But storms, hurricanes, and claims, they change all that, especially in Florida.
Yeah. Before I introduce Rick, I want to go to Steve.
Yes.
Did you contact David Kellogg with your paperwork?
No, I was going to talk to you afterwards so I can do that because I'm not sure where I have the document, but I will be doing that today.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we need that done.
Don't you put him on the spot. He just said he was going to talk to you.
I know. I heard.
Yes, dear. Yes, dear. Yes, dear.
That's ominous. Rick, tell us more about insurance.
Okay. Good morning, folks. Rick Israel here, located in the heart of Huntsville, Alabama, the fastest and largest growing city in the state of Alabama. And we did escape the major part of the storm that had anticipated to come this way, thank heavens, but praying for everybody that did get hit and are involved. So I am a independent insurance broker, where I can help individuals with group health benefits, voluntary benefits, dental, vision, long-term care. I can also do voluntary disability, long-term disability, short-term disability, such and so forth. My main niche, of course, is the Medicare space. I've got several clients here on this meeting today, and we appreciate their continued support as we go through some major changes next year due to the Inflation Reduction Act. But we're excited to see new clients. We are also anticipating that 60 to 65% of Medicare beneficiaries will be changing their plan next year. So you can imagine there's going to be a lot of midnight oil being burned this year. But glad to be here.
Hey, Rick, just so you know, in the mail yesterday, I haven't had a chance to scan this into you. I got an invitation for a Medicare plan option review from one of the big carriers. It's at Golden Corral or the Marriott. I could pick either one location, and they'll talk to me about all the advantages.
Hey, you know what? If it's Golden Corral and they're going to pay for your meal, that's where I'd go.
So, you ought to do that too. You ought to send these invitations out to everybody so we can meet someplace and you can talk about it.
You know what? I will tell you, first of all, I could do that, but that's an expense that I would rather do more grassroots than spend that type of money. Not that I don't do. We do Medicare reviews and plan reviews. Our carriers, our clients are getting their ANOCs, which is a notice of change, who want to know what's going on now. We can't discuss till next Tuesday. We're doing them already. But I think individuals, Ed, are focusing on the wrong thing. I think they need to focus on the drug cost this year, because that's the big shakeup. So with the maximum out of pocket only being $2,000 next year instead of $8,000, which is this year, it's upset the whole apple cart. So carriers had to say, how are we going to be able to make money? Because obviously insurance companies are for-profit companies. Zack can tell you that, okay? And so they're saying, listen, if we have to pay 60% of the cost of the negotiated price of the medicine once they hit that catastrophic phase, we got to find where we're going to cut. We're seeing carriers cut programs out of their plans. The federal government 2 years ago said these insurance companies are getting way too much money. We're going to start cutting their funding. So that means that these insurance companies are getting less money from the government to manage your health care. Now add in a little bit more a little bit more juice to the fire by saying, okay, now we're going to reduce the premiums, the max out of pocket. What that does is it lowers the benefits even more, increases the premiums, trims the formularies, and everybody gets scared. I have one carrier that the max out of pocket this year is $5,900, which is not too bad. Next year, it's going to $9,350 max out of pocket. Okay. That's what's happening with this industry right now. It is absolutely insane.
So the Inflation Reduction Act is kind of like War and Peace.
Inflation Reduction Act is robbing Peter to save Paul. Exactly what it is.
I'm telling you,
it's crazy.
that's
I've seen some premiums on some of my carriers go up over 60% in premiums from this year to next year. It's insane. I mean, I've got premiums that are almost $150 a month on a drug plan for next year.
Well, what I got here, this says a local licensed sales representative will explain how this Medicare Advantage plan will save you money and combine Part C, doctor, hospitals, and prescription coverage, including more benefits than Medicare. So that's what I'm going to have to do.
So Ed, the reason they're focusing on the Medicare Advantage plans more now than ever is because in the state of Florida right now, we're seeing the highest rates ever on Medicare supplements. I've got a couple I'm working with right now between the husband and wife Medicare supplements and the Part B premium, whether they use the plan or not, they're spending over $12,000 a year just in premiums between Part B and their supplements. Yeah. Okay. 12 grand, whether they use it or not. Okay. So how do you want to do that? You have to sit there and explain and do the numbers. If a maximum out of pocket in a plan is $3,900, you take that times 2, that's only $8,000. They're going to save what they're paying in premiums right off the bat. They got to pay their Part B premium regardless, but they're going to save money. And if they're not utilizing the plan, put them in an advantage plan where they only pay 0 when they go to the doctor and 5 when they go to a specialist. I mean, you know, it's education where a lot of people are scared of advantage plans because they're being told by their doctors, don't take them. I'll tell you why. And I know this is being recorded. I don't care because it's the truth. Doctors feel like they should be getting paid more after they sign the contract with the carriers. That's it. Plain and simple. They want more money. They got to make a profit too. But what's happening now is you're seeing more value plus providers or value-based providers where it limits the panel. 500 patients, and then they get another doctor in that plan, 500 patients, that office gets another doctor, 500 patients. Ed, when was the last time you had a 40-minute visit with your physician? You don't. You get less than 5 minutes. If you're lucky, if you even see the physician, you usually see a CRMP or a physician's assistant.
The physician has to come in or they can't bill you.
What's that?
The physician himself has to come in, even if he just says hello. He has to
come in because if not, he doesn't get paid.
Right.
Like for instance, when I go to the doctor, his PA comes in, spends about 20 minutes with me. Doctor comes in, says hello, everything's great, have a good day. This way he can bill.
Right, exactly, which is criminal.
That explains a lot, actually.
What's that?
That I went to the doctor a couple of months ago, and the PA came in, which I happen to like. I think she's pretty good. And went through everything. Then all of a sudden, the doctor shows up for 30 seconds. Actually, at that point, we're just bullshitting, you know. And, you know, I say goodbye, good luck, and so on. So now I understand why it went that way.
Exactly. They have to come in. But this year is I'll
Mhm.
just put it this way, for the individuals that know my father, he'd be done. With this year, he'd be done. He couldn't handle it. His heart wouldn't be able to handle it. It is that crazy if he was still with us.
I have a side question.
Sure.
Silver sneakers, do all the plans have it?
Nope, and some of them are getting rid of it next year.
Ah,
And I'll
okay.
tell you why they're getting rid of them. It's because the carriers have to pay so much money to Silver Sneakers per member. And if they're not utilizing it, the insurance company is spending money that they don't have to spend, they can put somewhere else.
Do you know if United American has it?
United American, some Medicare supplements do have a Silver Sneakers.
Okay.
I tried American, but I don't know if I have Silver Sneakers.
Yeah, I'd like to know because I want to join a health club, and if I can get it for free, why not?
Well, the only problem that I have is my dad did have a contract with United American, and they were the only carriers that refused to work with me.
Really?
I gave them death certificates, I gave them affidavits, I had stuff from the attorney, the whole 9 yards, and they said they wanted more, and basically they just didn't want to give the money over. That's fine, you know.
Yeah, I hear you.
So if I've got clients on United American, I'm just moving them, you know, just moving them off. You
Hey,
know?
Rick, Rick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to thank you for giving my name out to everybody. I get a call 4, 5, 6 times a day about Medicare.
Man, Brian, I tell you, I gave them your personal cell phone number, man, and tell them
Yeah.
I sent you.
And you know what? It doesn't show up as spam anymore. And I answer it. And so I sometimes I play along with them and I go, yeah, okay, all right. Well, I just want to let you know, I'm not quite there yet. I'm only 25, but I'll be back in maybe about 35 or 40 years. No, but I'm not like, I go, well, I just sometimes I'll answer, sometimes I won't because I know it's just a number I don't recognize.
Hey,
Or somebody else say, I'm only 59. Call me back later.
well, I got a question for Zach. Because Zach and I are in the same industry. Zach, how many times do you like to play with those callers that have no idea what you and I do for a living? We know all the ins and outs. We know what to say, what not to say. How do you have fun with those guys and girls on the phone? Do you play along or you just hang up?
Sorry, I missed the first part of the question. The who?
So
Who we playing
when
with?
you get those phone calls of like, hey, you know, we have a great health insurance plan for you, or we have this for you, you know, and they have no
Oh,
idea.
I tell them I have like a crazy sickness, or when I get the warranty calls about the cars, I tell them I have a like a 1999 Lamborghini, and they just hang up right away.
I told
Don't
them
want
I
to.
do that too.
I told them one time that I had a 1931 Ford Roadster.
Yeah, hang up right away.
Can you give me a warranty on that? They hang up right away. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
tell them I have a Studebaker.
I think they say Studebaker.
And I
Yeah,
tell them Ford Pinto.
Ford Pinto.
And the last one who called me, I told him I had a 73 Gremlin. Period.
There you go.
Hi,
There you
Riemer.
go.
Well, thanks for the presentation, Rick.
Hey, not a problem. Anytime.
Oh, I do have one other question.
There you go.
Uh-oh.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
GLP-1s, okay?
Okay.
Apparently, besides being good for not insulin, for insulin deficiencies, they're also apparently good for weight and for Alzheimer's. They minimize. If there is Wegovy, I guess, is for weight loss. Does anybody cover it?
Not on the Medicare side yet.
Yeah.
No. I'm a living example of the Mounjaro. When I first met Terry and Howard, I was in a size 46 waist. I'm now in a size 40 waist because of Mounjaro. Mounjaro, the GLP-1s are still an issue because most people want them for weight loss. And now the insurance companies are going even further, that they want clarification and a diagnosis and an A1C above 6.0 before they will allow a GLP-1 through Medicare. But a lot of people, and I do not agree with this, I do not condone this. So if anybody sees this, I'm not saying this. I do not condone it. People are going to compound pharmacies to get the medication.
Yeah, I am, in fact, but it's not cheap. It's just cheaper.
But the question is it as safe? Is it as regulated by the FDA? That's the only concern.
Of course not. But it's an interesting discussion.
Yeah, I mean, all those medications, when those GLP-1s came out, it was a miracle drug. People saw it for weight loss and had to pull the reins back on it because doctors were somehow getting it prescribed. I want my A1C below a 6.0, in all honesty, but I love the fact that I am as healthy as I've ever been. I have reversed the effects of I have reversed the effects of going into kidney dialysis. My creatinine's going down. Everything is normalizing because I'm losing weight. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So I'm as healthy as I'm as healthy as I've ever been. And so, I really am an advocate for the medication. And when I get those questions that they're not diabetic and they want the medication and they're on Medicare, it's like, I can't help you, but I wish they did. But, one day maybe they will. Maybe one day they will.
My A1C is 5.3, and that's not happening.
Yeah.
You're fine. You're not going to get any. You're not getting a prescription. You can go to Canada.
No, I can get a prescription.
No, you can't go to Canada because you still have to have a prescription.
Really? Oh, yeah, right.
And right now, as a matter of fact, the Canadian med stores, they have no access to it at all. They cannot ship it.
Right. Canada.
Yeah, but I bet you can go to a third party out of India and you can get the drug.
Yeah, but you don't know what it's in it.
Yeah.
Different story, but you can buy the drug.
Right.
No, but the problem is shipping. It has to be refrigerated. That's the real problem.
Right.
Yeah. It has to be refrigerated.
And they could say it was refrigerated and it wasn't. And then
you'll get it, but in a refrigerated package. But if it ain't cold when you get it, it's a problem.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. So, hey, can we start talking about a different subject?
Yeah.
Rick, one more thing, Rick.
Moving right along.
Thank you.
Rick,
I'm
one more
Moderator,
thing.
control this meeting.
My dad used to say, if you want to lose a quick 20, cut your head off. But you have to understand my dad, because my dad, even though he's 89, all of life long, he never really had any filter. He just said it the way what he thought it was. It's like whether it was whatever. I'm like, Dad, man.
It gets worse when you get older.
Nowadays, so
I know
Brian,
this is being recorded, okay, but my mom made us come when we moved out, come for dinner every night on Sunday nights, and then my middle brother always would have a different date, okay, and he always had a woman all the time. So he comes home, he comes in one night. My brother comes in on Sunday night for dinner, brings this girl in, bad looking, and then somehow the word gets out. I know this is being recorded, but whatever. Oh yeah, man. My brother goes, yeah. She leaves and he goes, yeah, man. I'm dating a stripper from Tattletales in Atlanta. but my brother, I don't know. He was 6'7", 6'8". He could pick up any woman. It was just like, but whatever. My dad made a comment, but I won't bring up the comment, okay? But besides that, all right.
Well, you might as well. I'm going to send a copy of this video to your father anyway.
It's all right. All right. But,
Oh my God.
But yeah.
Moderator, take care of this meeting. It's disintegrating.
Yeah.
please.
All right, let's move on.
So Zach,
Steve.
needless to say, that's what I do for a living. This whole time it's been.
No,
Let's move
long-term
on
care
to,
is
let's
definitely a
move
hot
on to
product
Steve.
right now.
Let's get back to the business.
You're picking on me. Okay, well,
Looking for professionalism.
Oh,
And then we'll
not
go.
today. Okay. let me get myself together here. Well, as the crew knows, I'm Steve Whitehill. I'm a business broker, and I help people buy businesses or sell businesses for that matter. And I have about 2,200, 2,300 listings all over the state of Florida. Today, I'll tell you about one that a client of mine is actually interested in. It's a breakfast and lunch place in Bradenton, Florida. It does $621,000 a year in sales, and it makes a shitload of money. Excuse me, makes 208,000, which is pretty good, third to the bottom line. But that's good for any business, let alone a restaurant. And the selling price is $335,000, and there's a seller loan for $60,000. So you only need $275,000 in cash, or if this is financeable, only about 10% down, which is about $34,000. So you can earn a fair amount of money and have a very nice business without putting too much money in. Steve Whitehill, Anchor Business Brokers. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Are they water right now?
Are they flooded? I don't know. Probably.
Ed,
That's a
good
great way to
morning.
get out.
Good morning, everybody. Ed Gerton with Seacoast Sales in Orange Park, Florida, which is just outside of Jacksonville. And all we got was lightning last night, some heavy winds, a little bit of rain. So we survived okay. We're an equipment supply company that specializes in frozen dessert equipment. So we have horizontal and vertical batch freezers from Carpigiani and BGI, soft serve machines from Carpigiani, display cases from ESA, IFE, and GTI Designs, blast freezers from GTI Designs and Lexus. We have slushy machines and frozen drink machines. And we are going to be at the Florida Restaurant Show in booth 1474, and we will be dispensing out ice cream to everybody. Hope to see you
I
soon.
will be there as well.
Okay, 904-334-4489.
Okay. Brian, good morning.
Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us, Zach. Zach, I'm Howard's boss, so if you have any problems with Howard, call me. Okay.
No, wait a minute. I thought the boss was in the lower right-hand corner.
I'm her boss too. I'm just kidding.
Oh,
You better be kidding over that one.
oh my
No.
God.
No.
Hey, Brian,
I'm in Atlanta.
Brian, your wife is behind you. She's got a rolling pin to your head.
You notice I'm letting you guys go today.
I just couldn't resist.
Just keep rolling. I'm putting it into the account.
No, Zach, I'm with a company called Rogue Financial Group. We are a commercial equipment financing company. I've been in this business about 16 years, so I've kind of seen a lot of different things, worked for some different companies, but what Rogue does is I work on the hospitality side. When I say hospitality, restaurants, bars, breweries, convenience stores, some other industries I work with. But what we do is we are a commercial financing company. We finance commercial equipment from small wares. When I say small wares, it's not like table plates, glasses, and forks, but other stuff. They're usually below 500. But I will finance from small, large projects, do a lot of startups, work around the country, do some work in Florida. And again, it does have a tax credit to it, so you can write it off as an expense. And again, I'm Brian with the Rogue Financial Group. I can be reached at 404-723-7222. And a couple other things real quick, Terry.
Yes.
That Mary Lou Seals is still open. I thought they closed, but they didn't close. But Wright's closed. And anybody knows who Tappers is? John Tapper, the guy with the
Bar
rescue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found out he has a place in Alpharetta, Georgia, but he actually doesn't own it. he's actually franchising these tappers out. So there's
Yeah.
a guy that owns it.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to find out who it is, but he wants to open up a couple more in the Atlanta market. Okay. So tappers is, a bar with food. So, but that's some interesting information there for you.
Great. Thank you.
But again, thanks for having me.
As you look at this limited group that we have here today,
He won't be back.
looking at it from Zach's point of view, if you look at Steve and Brian and Ed, they all are involved in restaurants that are coming in, or restaurants that are buying new equipment, or Brian, getting the money to buy new equipment. Those are the people that can recommend you for the next step. It all hooks onto each other. And speaking of leads, I didn't forget Terry.
I was hoping you would.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, wait a minute now. Come on now. You got to be positive, Howard. Say positive stuff.
If I forgot, can you imagine how my weekend would be?
If you're positive, it would be better.
I would.
I gotta call Brian's father.
Actually,
yeah.
what I do with my is we gather leads all month from everywhere you can think of. Been in business 28 years now. We've been doing lead reports. These are monthly, probably 10 or 11 years. And what that is, I guarantee 50 brand new leads every month in Florida. And what that consists of is what's coming in, what phase they're in. Are they just leasing a building? Are they UC? Are they breaking ground? Are they in the planning stages? The name of the restaurant or establishment, the entity that owns it, address, complete address, phone number, and email addresses, and about when they're opening. So that is a guaranteed 50 every month in Florida. And that is once a month. You get it no later than the 10th, usually the 9th. Last month they finished up and we got them around the 7th. So that's great. We have one in Georgia also, quite a bit smaller for whatever reason. Florida's growing like ridiculous. Georgia as well. But Florida, we cover from the Panhandle down to Key West. So if you'd like a sample, let me know, Terry at trnusa.com, and I will send it to you. It's not going to have the email addresses or the phone numbers, but you can see the format. So it's an Excel spreadsheet. You can sort by zip code or, whatever areas you're interested in. And then if you work with anybody, you can always sell the other half of their areas, which is like I have Gordon Food Service, Cisco, that renew year after year without even questioning. The Frankie companies, oh my gosh, I can't even, equipment companies, the Florida Restaurant and Lodging Association is our best client. They go and they get restaurants to sign up. So, and they'll send their check or payment before it even expires to make sure that they're renewed. So just to let you know.
And Terry, all these years we've been doing this on Zoom, and you've been giving your email. I just realized you're saying Terry at TRNUSA. It's Terry with an I, not Terry with a Y, in case anybody is sending an email and it's bouncing back. So Terry with an I.
Figure it out or call us. I mean,
yeah, I'm just.
Yeah, no, I get a ton of inquiries, and that's how I get a lot of my, other than the people and a lot of the POS people get it. A lot of the equipment companies get it. And these are big time. We have Florida Power and Light. We have, big companies. These are like major companies. So it's not a crappy little report. It's second to none anywhere. No one will guarantee you 50 brand new leads a month. Period. Period. For the price that we offer.
How many
No.
periods?
Period.
And if you find one, it's free.
Rick, you're pushing your luck.
All right, Zach, now that you've seen what we do, if you want to add anything to what you said or amend it or run for the hills.
No, I enjoyed the meeting. I'm definitely available to help whoever needs the help. And I enjoyed talking with you guys. You guys are a fun group.
Yeah, I mean, this is an abbreviated group, I guess, because of the storm. Some people, I guess,
Yeah.
can't get on. But since we have a couple of minutes, I found I found a topic. Usually at the end of the intros, we discuss some topic that be of interest to the industry. And I found this one that we never used, and it's over a year old. So I thought it would be fun to look back and see if this author was right on or not. And the topic of this is the top 10 hot trends for 2023. And see if you can remember back that far. The number one trend they said would be to experience local culture and community. I don't know what that means. Number two, fried chicken sandwiches and chicken sandwiches, spicy and sweet, heat fusion flavors on the chicken.
Absolutely.
I think that happened. Right? That happened.
Well, I think that happened like in 2021 when Popeyes came out with that chicken sandwich that they wanted, and everybody was lined up to get it.
Yeah.
It's good. Dave's Fried Chicken, that Asheville hot chicken chain that's coming in all over.
Well, while you're talking about real quick about chicken, okay? I saw this thing on Facebook, and you think of Colonel Sanders being the thing out of Corbin, Kentucky, which I've been to, okay, which is nothing really spectacular, but they did a survey in Kentucky, and out of Kentucky Fried Chicken, there was another brand, which I know of, Lee's Chicken was more popular than Kentucky Fried Chicken in Kentucky.
No way. What about Bojangles?
I'm sorry?
Bojangles?
No, Lee's Chicken in Kentucky.
No.
Sorry, I didn't interrupt you. Sorry, keep going.
No, Bojangles is chicken. It's a chicken chain.
All right. The next trend that they predicted would be charcuterie boards.
Oh, yes.
Did that happened?
I see him we have one gentleman that that's in a booster club with me with our hockey team here in town. And whenever we have a party, he always brings it. He cooks his own sausage, does everything, sets everything up really nice and pretty, brings it every single time. Yeah.
Very popular. Very.
Number 4 is comfort fare.
Comfort what?
Comfort food, I guess, isn't it? Comfort food.
I
don't know what that means either. I mean,
ice cream.
I could be very comfortable eating a hamburger.
Yeah, ice cream, Ed. Ice cream.
That's the number one comfort food in the country.
It is. Absolutely. Oh, if you Publix, you can buy one, get one of Ben and Jerry's. They have the BOGOs on those right now.
Number 5.
You can also go to Publix and you get 2-for-1 Sweetwater draft beer or canned beer. So that's good too.
Oh, that's
Sweetwater beer. Yeah. You get 2-for-1 6 12-packs.
What about the sweet tea? Do they have that also?
I don't bother with sweet tea. I don't drink it. I won't touch that stuff.
Number 5, flatbread sandwiches.
What's that?
Flatbread sandwiches.
Not real.
Healthier wraps.
Nah.
Subway tried it, and they're done with it. Yeah, they don't do it very much.
Yeah.
No.
This one, menu streamlining. I think that happened.
Menu
Yeah.
Zach would
What do you-
probably know about
Yeah,
that.
that was huge. That was between BurgerFi and Anthony's, just cutting menu items off was such a big thing. McDonald's was like the leader of that pack where they cut everything starting, I would say 2022. They just started slicing probably half their menu off.
Do you think that was a reflection from COVID that, they had to cut back because of cost?
I think it was cost was probably the main factor, but logistics was huge. Not being able to get the products quickly, and then having those places. I know so many factories, they would switch from doing one thing to PPE almost instantly, and they just stopped making so many products. Rubber gloves were a huge one. Regular old, when I remember 2019, a case of gloves, 10,000 gloves was probably 16, 17 a case. And then once COVID hit, went up to $50, $60 a case. Now they're $36 a case, no matter what. And, all because these factories that were making them just completely switched gears and made something else. And those are just, operational supplies. But when it comes to the food, by just speaking from personal experience with BurgerFi and with Anthony's, we took so many things off the menu, fry size portionings, burgers, products that only had, if one burger used, had a product that was only used once, that was taken off the menu completely. We had New York dogs the entire time I worked there. Sauerkraut gone, spicy mustard gone. That was really it saved money and it helped with efficiency. But it was definitely something that's happened. It's continuing to happen in certain places, but now you're starting to see some of these products come back. Because there was such high demand.
And also the labor factor.
Huge. If you have someone taking too much time building something that's already complicated with products that you barely use, that's the first thing to go.
Isn't that Starbucks' problem right now? Their menus are so damn complicated.
Oh yeah.
Their science at Starbucks and their training at Starbucks is absolutely unmatched. They can put you in front of a computer for an hour and you can learn, 7 or 8 different drinks. And then they put it into practice with their training program is they got those people that working like a machine, but they also are very clear with their employees. Take your time. These people, the guests, they'll get their coffee when they get their coffee. They're not turning it away. That drive-through line is going to be out out into the parking lot regardless. I would say the way they got their people moving is quite impressive. I was in a Starbucks the other day, and I can't go into restaurants anymore without breaking down everything that's going on.
Yeah.
I was at Starbucks the other day, and there was this one girl, and she's working they're called turbo chefs, cooking the sandwiches, and she did not turn her head more than 5 degrees. She was only just putting sandwiches in, and that's a great employee.
Yeah.
Hey, Zach, I have a quick question for you. Not change subject. Was BurgerFi part of the franchise with Hurricanes?
No, not Hurricane Wings.
Yeah.
No, I if it possibly could have had, 10, maybe 12 years ago, maybe had something to do with it, but not. I was there for maybe a year after its inception, and I never heard of that.
Uh-oh. That's the apartment. Hold on.
All right. The
Whoops,
next one is
emergency.
I don't know what
It's
this
over
is.
with. Hey, the reason I was asking is, did this guy work with you? Guy named Martin O'Dowd?
The name doesn't sound familiar.
Okay. Sorry about that.
You're good.
Does anybody can tell me what this is? Because I don't know. Sriracha?
Sriracha sauce. It's a spicy sauce. That's still popular.
Yeah.
Chipotle uses it. Moe's uses it. All the big, those fast food wrap type places, they use that sriracha sauce all the time. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you, we went to I took Charlie up to the Nashville Soccer Club game for his birthday, and we got this. It was Daddy's Dogs. It was these huge hot dogs, and we didn't know what their special sauce was. It was their own homemade sriracha sauce, and his dog had peaches on it, covered with sriracha sauce. So he sucked one in real quick. Bat gagged him, burned his throat. I said, "What's the matter?" He goes, hot. So, I mean, they're using it. People are making their own sriracha sauce now.
All right. Now I know. And the next one, let's go through the next three quick. Globally inspired salads. I don't remember that ever happening.
No.
Maybe not. Zero waste and sustainability. Upcycled foods. Well, zero waste is still popular. And number 10, Southeast Asian cuisine. Definitely that happened.
Mhm. Yeah.
All right. Well, we've come to the end of the hurricane edition of so I thank you all for coming. Thanks. And if Zach, if you would just hang out after I end the meeting, I'm gonna just tell you some things off camera.
Got it.
Oops.
Are we in trouble?
Hey, Zach, I have another one
Yeah.
quick question for you. So you provide insurance for people who, like, say, to buy equipment, right?
Yeah, I would. So like the insurance on the equipment. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Because they have to put on, because a lot of times, whether they finance it through me or they buy it, they always forget to put it on their insurance. And a lot of times when I finance it, they go, "Oh man, I got to get insurance." Yeah. I mean, what if you have a fire or whatever? You got to be covered, right? So, you know, go ahead.
Sorry, I
Well,
was
one of the
gonna say
things
the
maybe,
Hobart mixers are something that get insured all the time.
yeah, because a lot of the end users like going forget. "Oh, I got to get insurance." I said, "Yeah, got to get insurance." But yeah,
All right. Well, hopefully we'll see you all next week. And next week, I can't believe we're in October already. It's unbelievable. Time is flying
So,
by.
right.
So thank you all for coming. Have a great week. And
Make sure it's Jewish holidays.
let the sauce be with
Oh,
you.
yes.
Okay.
Happy New Year.